Sharp-looking outfit.
Hey, hi.
Hello.
I'm sorry, did I wake you?
No, I was awake.
How did you sleep?
Fine, thank you. Do you know what time is it?
My watch is on the bedside table.
It's 10 to 12.
Oh no, it's 25 after 8. The stem is broken. It's actually 3 hours and 25 minutes fast.
Well, why don't you get it fixed?
Well, I was going to, but I got used to it, you know.
Doesn't it mix you up?
Nope, I'm very quick with figures.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Well, we are in a lot of trouble.
Yeah?
Why do you have to look so luminous? It would make it a lot easier if you woke up with puffy eyes and blotchy skin like everyone else.
Oh, I guess God figured that chubby thighs were enough.
Look, this is not just going to go away. We've got to talk about it.
Okay.
Where are you going?
To the bathroom. I need to brush my teeth.
Hey, Dorothy, please sit down and let me say this to you, okay? Look, Dorothy, first of all, I want you to know that last night was the most beautiful, wonderful, and crazy thing that's ever happened to me. And I will never forget it, or you.
Doris.
What?
My name is Doris.
Your name is Doris? Oh my God, I've been calling you Dorothy all night. Why didn't you tell me before?
Well, I did try to, but you weren't listening.
When?
Right in the middle of everything.
It was incredible, wasn't it?
It was okay, especially the last time.
I'm an animal. I don't know what got into me. What was the matter with the first 2 times?
What?
What was the matter with the first 2 times?
Oh, well, the first time was kind of fast, and the second was a little... Oh, I feel funny talking about this.
Well, it was a very beautiful thing, Doris. There was nothing disgusting or dirty in what we did, right?
Then how come you're so down in the dumps?
Well, my wife is going to kill me.
How is she going to find out?
She knows.
But you said she was in New Jersey.
Well, it doesn't matter. She knows.
How?
Hey, was it as incredible for you as it was for me?
Do old men like to talk about it a lot afterwards?
Oh, why? You think I'm some sort of pervert or something?
No, it's not that. You see, I was a virgin before I got married. Well, at least sort of.
Sort of.
Yeah, I was pregnant, but that doesn't count.
Well, Doris, of course that counts.
No, it was by the man I married.
Oh, well, I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. Harry and me would have gotten married anyway. Turns out I get pregnant if we drink from the same cup.
Right.
What's the matter?
Oh, it's okay. Trojans are very reliable.
Who?
Never mind. I'm in a lot of trouble. I think I love you. It's crazy. It's really crazy. I don't even know if you have read Catcher in the Rye.
Oh, I didn't graduate high school.
Oh, you see? I don't even care. Of course, I should have known this would happen. There's something about me I haven't told you.
What?
Well, when it comes to life, I have a brown thumb, you know.
What does that mean?
Well, nothing I do ever turns out right. Ever. You know, the first time I had sex, I was 18 years old. We were in this backseat of a park in 1938, Doris sedan, and right in the middle of it, we were rear-ended.
Gee, that's terrible. Did you have insurance?
Do you know the song they were playing on the jukebox last night when we met?
No.
If I knew you were coming, I would have baked a cake.
So?
So that is going to be our song. I mean, other people would get Be My Lover or Hello Young Lovers. Me, I get If I Knew You Were Coming, I would have baked a cake. God.
You're very romantic. I like that.
Oh, I think I'm in love with you. Now you want to know the luck I have?
What?
I'm happily married.
Are you Jewish?
No.
Then how come you're so guilty?
Don't you feel guilty?
Oh, you're kidding. Half of my high school became nuns.
Oh, Catholics have rules about that sort of thing, you know.
Oh, Catholics have rules about everything. That's what's so great about being Catholic. You always know where you stand.
Right. I tell you, Doris, I feel like slitting my wrist.
Are you Italian?
What's with you and nationalities?
Oh, well, why are you so emotional?
Well, I happen to be a CPA. I can be as logical as the next person. What are you?
Oh, I'm Italian.
Oh. Why aren't you more emotional then?
Well, when you grew up in a large Italian family, it's enough to turn your emotions off for life.
I wondered why you weren't crying or yelling.
I was in the bathroom.
You weren't crying?
No, yelling.
Well, when I didn't hear you.
I stuffed a towel in my mouth.
Oh, gee, I'm sorry about
That's
that.
okay. There's no use crying over spilt milk.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Then how come you feel so terrible, George?
Well, because we're two decent and honest people, you know, and this thing is tearing us apart. I mean, I know it wasn't our fault, but I keep seeing the faces of my children and look of betrayal in their eyes. I keep thinking of our marriage vows and trust my wife has placed in me. You know, God. And you know the worst part of it all? While I'm thinking of all these things, I have this fantastic heart-on.
Oh, I really wish you hadn't said that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just feel that we should be totally honest with each other, you know.
No, it's not that. You see, I must go to confession.
We're both crazy. I mean, really crazy. I mean, I know this sort of thing happens to millions of people every day. God. I mean, we're both healthy, normal people who did a perfectly healthy, normal thing, right? You don't use actual names in confession, do you?
Oh, no.
May I ask you something?
Sure.
Would you go to bed with me again?
Oh, George, we can't.
Why not?
Because we'll feel worse afterwards.
Oh, I'm over that now. I just remembered something.
What?
The Russians have the bomb. We could all be dead tomorrow.
George, you're clutching at straws.
But don't you understand? We're both grown-up people who have absolutely nothing to be ashamed or afraid of. Just a second, I'm coming.
I'll go to the bathroom.
No, don't go into the bathroom.
Why not?
It's the first place they will look. Oh, Mr. Chalmers. Oh, this is very kind of you. Oh, thank you so much. Well, oh, don't worry about these, okay? I'll bring them down myself, all right? Doris! Hey, Doris! Doris!
You have a woman in here?
Oh, God. It's okay. I was very calm. It was old Mr. Chalmers with my breakfast. He didn't suspect a thing.
Oh, we didn't ask you about your hose.
What hose? Oh, great! Now he probably thinks I'm a homosexual.
Why do you care?
Well, I stay here every year.
You do?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I have a friend who went into wine business near here, no? I fly out the same weekend to do his books.
From New Jersey.
Well, he was my first client. It's kind of a sentimental thing. Hey, Doris. There's something about me I want to tell you, okay?
What?
Well, I know I must appear very smooth and glib sexually, but you know, since I've been married, this is the very first time I've done something like this, okay?
Don't worry, I could tell. Do you mind if I have some of your breakfast?
Yeah, go ahead, I'm not hungry. You know, it's funny, when I was single, I was no good at quick superficial affairs, you know? I had to be able to really like the person before. What do you mean you could tell? I mean, in what sort of ways could you tell?
Oh, the way you tried to get your pants over your shoes and then you slipped and hit yourself on the coffee table. Little things like that.
Right. Well, it's great to be totally honest with the other person, isn't it?
Sure is.
Well, I haven't been totally honest with you.
No?
No. I told you that I was a married man with 2 children, right?
No.
Well, I'm not. I'm a married man with 3 children. Well, look, I thought it made me less married or something, okay? Look, I just didn't think it through, that's all. I'm sorry. Anyway, it's been like a lead weight inside me all morning. I mean, denying little Debbie like that, my God. I don't usually behave like that. I was under certain stress. You understand that, right?
Sure. We all do dopey things sometimes.
Yeah.
How come your wife doesn't travel with you?
Oh, Phyllis won't get on a plane.
Oh, she's afraid of flying.
No, crashing.
What is it?
I love the way you eat.
You want to share some with me?
No, I'm fine, thank you. Hey, Doris, do you believe that 2 perfect strangers can look at each other across a crowded room and want to possess each other in every conceivable way possible?
No.
Well, then how did this whole thing start?
Oh, it started when you sent me over that steak at the restaurant yesterday.
Yeah. Well, they didn't serve drinks. They're known for their steaks, that's why.
And then when I looked over and you toasted me with this big piece of steak on your fork, that really made me laugh. No one's ever done that before. What made you do it?
Well, impulse. I don't usually behave like that. I have a friend of mine who says, you know, life is about saying yes. The most I've ever been able to manage is maybe.
Then why did you do it?
Well, I was lonely. And you look so vulnerable, you know. You had run in your stockings and your lipstick was smeared.
You thought I looked cheap.
Oh, no. I thought you looked beautiful. Yeah. What? What is it?
I really should be going. The nuns might be wondering where I went.
The nuns.
Yeah. It didn't seem right to bring up when we met yesterday, but I was actually on my way to a retreat.
Oh, what retreat?
I go every year when Harry takes the kids to Bakersfield.
Oh, what's in Bakersfield?
His mother, it's her birthday.
And she doesn't mind that you don't go?
No. She hates me.
Why?
I got pregnant.
Her son has something to do with that.
Oh, she completely blocks that out of her mind. You see, Harry was in his first year of dental college when I got pregnant, so he had to quit and start selling waterless cooking. So now every year on her birthday, I go on retreat.
Why? To think about God?
Well, him too, sure. But you see, I was really young when I got married, and I had 3 kids really young. So I never really had time to think about what I really think, you know? Sometimes I think I'm crazy.
Oh, why?
Take my life, for example. We live in a 2-duplex bedroom apartment in downtown Oakland. We have a 1948 Kaiser, a gold piece dinette set, a Motorola TV, and we even go bowling once a week. I mean, what else could anybody ask for, right? But sometimes things get me down. It's dumb.
Oh, I don't think it is dumb.
You don't?
Yeah, no, of course not.
I can really talk to you. I find myself saying things to you that I didn't even know I thought. I noticed that yesterday, right after we met at the restaurant.
Well, we had an instant rapport. You noticed that too, right?
No, but I know we really hit it off. Now, Harry's not much of a talker. How about your wife? Do you two talk a lot?
Well, Doris, naturally we're both curious about each other's husband and wife, but rather than dwelling on it and letting it spoil everything, why don't we do this? I'll tell you 2 stories, okay? One showing the best side of my wife and other showing the worst. Then you do the same about your husband and let's forget it, okay?
Okay.
All right, I'll go first. I'll start with the worst story. Yeah, Phyllis knows about us.
Now you've said that before, but how could she know?
Well, she has this thing in her head, you know.
Oh, you mean like a plate?
What plate?
My uncle has one of those. He was wounded in the war and they put a steel plate inside his head, and now he says that he can tell every time it's going to rain.
I am in a lot of trouble.
Why?
I find everything you say absolutely fascinating.
Tell me about your wife's steel plate.
Oh no, it's not a plate, it's more like a bell. I could be a million miles away, but even if I look at other girls, he knows. Yeah. Last night at 1:22, I just know, she sat bolt upright in bed with her head going ding, 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 you know.
How do you know it was 1:22?
Oh, my watch said 4:47. All right, your turn now. Tell me the worst story first.
It's hard.
What, to pick one?
No, to think of one. Harry's this real nice guy. Everyone says so.
Well, you owe me at least one rotten story about your husband, okay?
Okay. Well, it's not really rotten. It was our 4th anniversary and we were kind of having a rough time. I was pregnant and we'd gotten over our heads financially, so we decided to have a few people over to help celebrate. Now, Harry's not much of a drinker, but he did have 3 beers that night. It was right after the Gillette fights, and I overheard him talking to some of the guys, his friends. And he said his time in the army were the best years of his life.
Oh. Well, a lot of guys feel that way about this service, you know.
Oh, Harry was in the army for 4 years. 3 of those years were spent in a Japanese prison camp. And he said this on our anniversary. Well, I know he didn't mean to hurt me. Harry would never hurt me. Well, it hurt, you know? Promise me you won't tell anybody I told you that.
Oh no, I wouldn't tell it to anybody.
Because I've never said it to anybody. You know, you want to hear a story about the good side of him?
Well, not really.
No, you must. I don't want you to get the wrong impression of him, please.
All right, if you insist.
So Harry is this real big, heavy-set sort of a guy, right?
Yeah, and I really wish you hadn't told me that.
No, he's gentle as a puppy. Anyway, he tries to do different things with each of the kids, and he was finding a real hard time doing something with Tony, our 4-year-old. So one Saturday, he decides to take him out to fly a kite. They go, but there's no wind. And they try for hours and hours, and Tony gets pretty bored. He's only 4 years old, says, "Can I go stay in the car?" And Harry says, "Okay." When I return from the laundromat, you know what I see? Tony's sound asleep in the car, and Harry's still at it, huffing and puffing with this huge kite still dragging behind him. I thought it was really funny.
Yeah, well, I know. Helen has some wonderful qualities too.
Who's Helen?
My wife.
But you said her name was Phyllis.
Well, Phyllis, Helen, what's the difference? I'm married. Oh, look, I thought you might try to look me up or something, okay? I just didn't want to leave any clues, that's all.
Is your name really George?
My name?
Yes.
Oh, you think I would lie about my own name?
Yes.
That'd be crazy.
Well, you are crazy.
It's funny, isn't it? Here we are in this hotel room, gazing into each other's eyes, and we're married with 6 kids between us.
You have pictures.
What?
Pictures of your kids.
Well, sure, I do, but I don't think this
I'll
is...
show you mine if you show me yours. I keep them in this special folder we got free from Kodak. I carry it around.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Oh. Hey, is this your eldest one in the glasses and baggy tights?
Yeah, that's Michael. Funny looking kid, isn't he?
Does he want to be Superman?
No, Peter Pan. Sometimes it worries me. Hey, why is this one's face all scrunched up?
That's Paul. Isn't it natural looking? He was taken on a roller coaster. Right after that, he threw up.
He's really something. I guess he looks like Harry, huh?
Both of us, really. Is this your little girl?
Yeah, that's Debbie. It was taken on her second birthday. We were trying to get her to blow out the candles.
She has her hand in the cake.
I know, meat is not a strong suit, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
you have great looking kids, George.
Oh, thank you. So do you.
Okay, but this is the last time.
All right.
Ow!
What?
It's my merry widow.
Your what?
My merry widow. It mashes you in and pushes you out in all the right places, but it cuts off all circulation, so you can't breathe.
Oh. All right, be sure and let me know when you're coming out, okay?
Okay. Right now?
Oh, no, just a second. All right, now. Bake the cake, bake the cake. If I knew you were coming out to bake the cake. How's it do, how's it do, how's it do? All right, come here. Happy anniversary, darling. All right, cut the cake and make a wish. Isn't that a beautiful cake? And what did you wish?
Oh, you know I don't need to wish for anything, but I only have one wish.
And what is that?
That you keep showing up every year.
That was one of the best ideas you ever had.
What? That we keep coming here every year. Oh, I don't think either of us can take credit for that. As a matter of fact, the first year I thought you wouldn't show up at all.
Well, I was sure you wouldn't. Of course, in those days, I had a lot less confidence in my personal magnetism, you know.
Where'd you get the champagne?
Oh, Mr. Chalmers brought it while you were changing.
Bit risky, isn't it?
I'm sure by now old Chalmers knows the score.
Oh, I'm sure he does. You know, every time I go past the front desk, he winks at me.
Oh, that's not a wink, honey. Chalmers has a tick in his eye.
Chalmers has a tick?
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me that before? For 5 years I've been winking back.
Girl, you're really something. All right, honey, here we go. Happy anniversary.
Come on, you hate my hair, don't you?
I've already told you I'm crazy about your hair.
It's not too short. You think I should go get it done next time I go to the city, right?
Hey, how are the suburbs?
Oh, muddy mostly. Next week they're connecting the sewers. Everyone's really excited. Well, it's not exactly the life of Scott and Zelda, but we're surviving.
Wait a minute, you started reading.
Oh, you don't know, I joined the Book of the Month Club.
Oh, good for you, Doris. That's good for you.
I even take out the alternate selection sometimes.
Oh, I'm really happy to hear that, you know.
How about you? You still in New Jersey?
Oh no, we moved to Connecticut. We bought an old barn and converted it.
How is it?
Drafty. Helen's got this decorating bug. I have this mental picture of her at my funeral. Just as they are closing the lid on my coffin, she'll throw 2 fabric swatches and yell out, "Which one do you like?" That's the baddest story about her.
And what else is new?
Oh, we had a baby girl.
Oh, congratulations! You have pictures!
I knew you would ask. All right, here we go.
Oh,
Isn't she adorable?
she's so cute. You know, it's funny. I still like to look at pictures of babies, but I don't think I want to own one anymore. Do you think that's a sign of maturity?
Well, could be. Here, I even kept one of these for you to give to Harry. It's from Havana.
Harry still thinks I go on retreat. What should I tell him? This cigar came from a Cuban nun?
Right.
How are the kids? How's Michael doing?
Oh, crazy as ever. He had this homework assignment to write about what he did on his summer vacation. The trouble is, he chose to write what he actually did.
And what was that?
Tried to get laid.
Oh.
Yeah. He wrote in great comic detail about his unfortunate tendency to get an erection on all forms of public transportation. God, the school almost suspended him.
Crazy about him, aren't you?
Oh, he's a very weird kid, Doris.
He really gets to you. Come on, admit it. Admit it.
Okay, I admit it. He's a nice kid.
What was that for?
Everything. This. One beautiful weekend every year with no cares, no ties, and no responsibilities. Thank you, Doris. Thank you. Yes, hello? Oh, yes, this is Daddy. Is everything all right? Oh, it came out, huh? Oh, which one was it, honey? Oh, of course the tooth fairy will come, sweetheart. Yeah. Why, tonight, of course. Uh-huh. Well, it doesn't matter if you can't find it, honey. The tooth fairy will know. Yeah, well, I know. I wish I was there to help you find it, honey, but Daddy's working, okay? Well, in my room. Yeah. Well, yes, it is a very nice room, honey. Honey, does Mommy know you're calling? Well, I'm sure she'll be back any minute. Yeah, yes, this is a very nice room, honey. Well, it has a sofa and a fireplace and a big, comfortable bathroom. I know, I wish I was there to help you find it, honey, but Daddy has to finish his business. You understand that, right? Oh, I love you too, sweetheart. I love you too. Yeah. All right, goodbye, honey, goodbye. Oh, God, I feel so guilty.
Debbie?
Her tooth came out. She can't find it, and now she's afraid the tooth fairy won't know. That thin, reedy little voice, do you know what that does to me?
Sure, that cheerful look on your face doesn't fool me for a minute.
Oh, you think this is funny?
Honey, I know how you feel, but it's not going to help go on about it.
Doris, my little girl calls me on phone and says, I love you, Daddy, and I answered her with voices still hoarse with passion.
George, I get the picture.
Don't you ever feel any guilt?
I do, sometimes.
Well, you never say anything.
I just handle it differently.
Yeah, how?
Privately.
Right. I think in some ways, men are much more sensitive than women.
Would you like some more champagne, dear?
I mean, women are more pragmatic than men.
What do you mean?
They're just as rotten as quicker. Anyway, you have the church.
Church.
Yeah, you're Catholic. You can get rid of your guilt all at one sitting. I have to live with mine.
It's not about being Catholic. You don't understand.
I tell you, Doris, when she started to talk about the tooth fairy, my God, it affected me in a very profound manner, you know? On top of that, I have this indigestion you cannot imagine. It hit me hard.
George, I have 3 children too.
Oh, sure. I don't mean that you don't understand. It's just that I feel that my, guilt is more accurate than yours.
What do you want to do? Have a guilt contest?
Well, then what do you want me to do, Doris?
It It might be a terrific idea if you just stop talking about it. It's only making you feel worse.
Oh, worse? I couldn't feel worse. My little girl calls me on phone. Oh, pure little voice. Oh, you're right. Okay, let's not talk about it. Let's forget about it. Tell me the goodest story about Harry.
Okay. He went bankrupt.
How can anyone go bankrupt selling TV sets?
Harry has a failing as a salesman. He finds it hard to talk to his customers out of things that they can't afford. He lacks the killer instinct. Anyway, that's one of the things I like best about your turn.
What?
Tell me your story about Helen.
Well, I already did.
Oh, you just told me the bad one. Why do you always tell that one first?
Well, it's the one I look forward to telling the most.
Tell me the good story about her.
Yeah. Krish, middle one, gassed his knee badly on the lawn sprinkler, and Helen drove both of us to the hospital.
Both of you?
Yeah, I fainted.
Oh.
Yeah, nice part was she never told anybody.
Do you faint often?
Only in emergencies. Yeah.
What is it the sight of blood that makes
Oh,
you...
Doris, please. God, my stomach's already squeamish. Oh. Doris, listen, something just occurred to me. Instead of, leaving at my usual time, would you mind if I left a little earlier, honey?
Okay, sure. When did you have in mind?
Well, there's a plane in half an hour.
You want to leave 23 hours early.
Well, look, I understand how you feel, okay? I really do. I mean, I wouldn't even suggest it if you weren't a mother. I mean, I wouldn't even think of it if this crisis hadn't come up. Oh, it's not just a tooth fairy, honey. She could have swallowed the whole tooth. It could be lost God knows where. Yeah. Now, I know that this leaves you all up in the air, but there's no reason for you to leave too, honey. The room's all paid for. You can stay. Yeah. Have you seen my hairbrush? I don't know where I left it. Anyway, I think I'm probably doing you a favor. If I did stay, I wouldn't be a very good company, to tell you the truth. We feel somewhat rejected, right? Look, I can understand that, Doris. I really can. But I want you to know that my leaving has nothing to do with you and me, honey. Oh, Doris, I have a sick child at home. This is an emergency.
You just stop it. Stop it. It's got nothing to do with the goddamn tooth fairy. You're just feeling guilty and you think you can deal with it is by getting as far away from me as possible.
Okay, I feel guilty. Is that so strange? Doris, we're cheating. Once a year we lie to our families and sneak off to a hotel in California and commit adultery. Well, not that I want to stop doing it. But yes, I feel guilty. I admit it.
You admit it. You take out ads. You probably stop strangers on the street. I'm surprised you haven't had a scarlet A embroidered on your jockey shorts.
God.
And you think by talking about it you can excuse what you're doing, so you wander around like an open nerve saying, oh look, I'm cheating, but look how guilty I feel, so I must really be a nice guy. And to top it all, you have this incredible arrogance to show that you're the only man in the world with a conscience. That doesn't make you a nice guy. You know what that makes you? A horse's ass.
Oh. You know something? I liked you a lot better before you joined that Book of the Month club. Oh, Doris, this is not the end of the world. I mean, I'm not leaving permanently. I'll see you next year.
No, I don't think you will.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Just because I have to leave early for this 1 year, you're willing to throw away a lifetime of weekends, huh? How can you be so casual?
What's the point in going on?
Oh, don't do that to me, Doris. Don't try to manipulate me, please. I get enough of that at home. That's not what our relationship is about.
What is it about?
Oh, you don't know?
Well, I thought I did, but it seems to be completely different from what you think it's about.
My God, you're serious.
What's the point in going on in guilt and remorse? What joy is there in that?
Doris, I have a commitment there.
And you have none here.
Here, I thought our only commitment was to show up every year.
Oh, just two friendly sex partners who meet every year, touch and let go.
Okay, maybe I was kidding myself. I am human.
Oh, so am I.
But you're different, honey. You're stronger, you know. You always seem able to cope.
During the past year, I picked up the phone more than 10 times to call you, George. You kept slipping over in my real life, and it bothered the hell out of me. More to the point that I started to feel guilty. At first, I thought I wouldn't see you at all, but I thought at least I owed you an explanation, so I came. When you walked in through that door, George, I knew I couldn't do it. And no matter what the price, I was willing to pay.
My God, I feel so guilty.
George, you better leave. Leave.
Oh, Doris, I'm sorry. I'm really an idiot. Okay, I love you. I suspect that I'm deeply neurotic and I'm no bargain, but I really love you, honey. I'm really sorry. Will you let me stay, please? Please? All right, please. Okay, thank you so much. I'm sorry. All right. What are we going to do?
I don't know. Touch and hold on tight. Until tomorrow.
I'm sorry. Well, no, of course I haven't left Helen. I'm on a business trip, okay? Well, I come out here every year. I'm not running away from the problems. Yes, I know it is serious. I still don't think it's any reason to phone me a long distance and... Yes, I saw a doctor. Well, he said it's no big deal. It happens to every man at one time or other. Look, if we're going to discuss this, you may as well pronounce it correctly. It's impotence, not impotence, all right? How did you find out about this anyway? What sort of hints? Uh-huh. Oh, you asked her and she looked funny. God, terrific. All right, I really don't want to talk about it, okay? Well, I'm going to be fine. Yes, soon. I just know that's all right, okay? Well, I'm seeing an expert out here. I really don't think we should even be talking about this. Okay, I'm going to hang up now. Goodbye, mother. How to bake the cake.
George?
Oh, I'll be right out, darling. How are you, lover?
Guess what?
What have you done to yourself?
Well, I can't take all the credit. It was a mutual effort. Honey, when you haven't seen an old friend, isn't it customary to kiss them hello?
Oh, sure.
Are you okay, pal?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm a little surprised.
Oh, you're surprised. I insisted on visiting the dead rabbit's grave. Oh, how come you're in your robe and pajamas in the afternoon?
Well, I'm rehearsing an old card play, that's why.
Is there something on your mind?
Well, not anymore. You must be 8 months pregnant. God.
Exactly, honey. I mean, it's not that tragic. We'll just have to find some other way to communicate.
Great. Do you have any ideas?
We could talk.
Well, talk I can get at home.
Well, sex I can get at home, and as you can see, that ain't just no talk.
And what is that supposed to make me?
George, what's bugging you? What's the matter?
Man. I'm the only man in America who kept an illicit assignation with a woman who looks like frigate in full sail. What was that crack about sex at home? Is that supposed to reflect on me? You don't think I have normal desires and sex drives, huh?
No, I think you do. I think you're very normal. I just meant I look forward to this weekend for a lot of reasons besides sex. I just love being here, don't you?
Of course I do. Of course I do. You drive all the way up here in your condition and I behave like a ridiculous idiot. You should have thrown something at me. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, every year we meet, it's a bit awkward at first, but we usually solve that with a lot of heavy breathing between the sheets.
Well, honey, if we're not going to do this, would you mind not talking about it, please?
I just meant that maybe we need something else to break the ice.
Well, I'm wide open to suggestions. Go ahead.
How about this? I'll tell you some secret about me I've never told anyone, and then you do the same.
Well, I think I've had enough surprises for one day, but go ahead.
Oh no, you like this one. I've been having sex dreams about you.
When?
Oh, just lately, almost every night.
Oh, what sort of sex dreams?
That's what's so strange. They're always the same. We're making love, but always underwater. In caves, grottos, swimming pools, but always underwater. Isn't that weird? Probably something to do with me being pregnant.
Underwater, huh?
Now, you tell me some deepest, darkest secret about you.
Well, I cannot swim.
You mean literally?
Yeah, of course, literally. When I tell you I cannot swim, I simply mean I cannot swim.
I just asked. How come?
Well, I never really learned when I was a kid. Helen found out when she pushed me at a dock and I almost drowned. But my kids don't even know. Every time we go to a beach, I pretend that I'm having trouble with my trick knee.
Oh, you have a trick knee.
Oh no, they don't know that either. Yeah.
See? It worked. Now we're talking like two people who've made love and everything. Oh, I must tell you something. I don't know how these people keep having so many children.
Hey, I'm really sorry about before, okay? I'm really happy to see you, okay?
Now you want to tell me what's really on your mind.
Okay, I may as well lay it out in the open. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's my sex life. Yeah, lately Helen hasn't been able to satisfy me.
Oh, she's lost her interest in sex.
Oh, she tries, God knows, but I can always tell she's just going through the motions, you know.
Do you have any idea why this is?
Well, Helen's always had a lot of hang-ups about sex. She's always thought of it as a healthy, normal, pleasant function. Don't you think that's a little bit twisted?
Only if you're Catholic.
I know you're joking. I know you're joking, but there's a lot to be said about guilt and shame. I mean, if you don't feel a certain amount of guilt, you're missing half the fun. Yeah. To Helen, sex has always been good, clean entertainment, you know. I want to see grew tired of it. Anyway, for some reason, my sex drive has increased while hers has decreased.
That's odd. Usually it's the other way around.
Oh, are you accusing me of lying now?
No. George, why are you so edgy?
Well, naturally, I feel funny talking about this when she's not here to defend herself.
Would you like to get to the more formal part of your presentation?
About Helen?
Yes.
All right, I will start with the good story.
You've never done that. You must be mellowing.
Doris, do you mind? Well, we went to London. We were checking into this hotel, and there was this man at front entrance, standing, in formal coat and striped trousers. Helen handed him her suitcases and just beezed on into the lobby. The man followed her and very politely pointed out that not only didn't he work at the hotel, but he was the Danish ambassador. Yeah, now without batting an eye, Helen just said, "Well, that is marvelous. Now you can tell us the best restaurants in Copenhagen." And he did. He did. God, the point is, it just doesn't bother her when she's making a total ass of herself. I really admire that about her.
And what is it that you don't admire?
Oh, that damn sense of humor of hers.
Oh, good. These stories are what I like best. Tell me.
Well, we had come home from a party. We had a few drinks, and then we went to bed, and we started to make love. Well, nothing happened. For me. I couldn't. Yeah, you get the picture. Anyway, it was no big deal. We laughed about it, and then about half an hour later, as I was about to fall asleep, you know what she said? She said, "You know, it is funny, when I married a CPA, I always thought it would be his eyes that would go first."
She was just trying to make you feel better.
Well, it didn't. It did. I guess something out that funny. I guess what I'm trying to say is the thing that bugs me most about Helen is that she broke my pecker.
You're impotent.
Slightly. All right, now 5 people know. You, me, Helen, and her mother.
Who's the fifth?
Chet Huntley, newscaster. I'm sure her mother gave him a bulletin for the 6 o'clock news.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry, but when did all of this happen?
Happen? Doris, we're not talking about a throwaway accident here. I mean, you don't just wake up one morning and say, "Oh, shoot, the old family jewels have gone on the blink." It's a gradual thing.
Okay. And you really blame Helen for it?
Oh, of course not. Of course not. I just couldn't think of a graceful way to tell you, I was just waiting for you to ask me what's new, and I was going to say nothing, but I can tell you what's old.
How's Helen reacting to all of this?
Oh, we don't discuss it much. I just get the feeling that she considers, it is a lapse in my social responsibility. More like letting your partner down in tennis by not holding your serve. Yeah, I'll be fine, honey, I'll be fine. The patient's not dead, it's just resting there. Honey, that statement hardly calls for any congratulations.
I need help getting up.
Is it there?
Yeah.
All right.
Honey, I'm really sorry. Is there anything I can say to make you feel better?
Well, you can say anything, except it's all in your head. I mean, I'm no doctor, but I have a great sense of direction. Look, to tell you the truth, I'm not too crazy about the whole subject, all right? Let's forget it.
Okay, what do you want to talk about?
Anything except sex. Tell me, how do you feel about being pregnant?
Oh. Catatonic, incredulous, angry, pragmatic, and finally maternal, pretty much in that order.
Oh, your vocabulary is improving.
Oh, you don't know. You're talking to a high school graduate.
Oh, how come?
Well, I was confined to bed for the first 3 months of my pregnancy, so it shouldn't be a total loss. I joined a correspondence course.
My God, you know what? You're really something.
Well, there's an ironic twist to all of this.
What is that?
Well, the first time I didn't graduate from high school because I got pregnant, and this time I did because I got pregnant. Appeals to my sense of order.
I didn't know you had sense of order.
That's unfair. I'm much better at my household work lately, just 2 years behind in my ironing. Must be the nesting instinct. Anyway, the day my diploma came into mail, Harry bought me this huge corsage and took me out dancing. We didn't really dance, we lumbered, but after a while he took me to this malt shop and we had a hot fudge sundae. That's this year's good story about Harry.
Is he still selling real estate?
No, insurance. He likes it though. Gives him a chance to look at his old army buddies.
Honey, are you comfortable in that position there?
Oh, well, when you're in my condition, you're not comfortable in any position.
Well, why don't you sit up here? Come, honey. You feel more comfortable there. Let me take on your shoes, okay? All right. Better?
Tell me, how are the kids doing?
Oh, I forgot to tell you. Michael got a job with the Associated Press.
Oh, I'm so proud of him. What?
Huh?
Does my stomach offend you?
Oh, of course not, of course not. Tell me the other story about Harry.
Well, I finally got up my nerve to tell him I was pregnant again, and when I did, he looked at me and said, "Well, there goes our old age." George, what is it? is it?
It's obscene.
What's obscene?
When I was touching you, I started to get excited. Oh my God, what kind of a pervert am I? I'm staring at a 200-pound pregnant woman and I'm getting hot. Jesus.
Well, that's the nicest thing somebody said to me in months.
Oh, it's not funny, Doris.
Aren't you pleased?
Please. I feel like I did on my 7th birthday. My uncle gave me 50 cents, I ran 2 miles, and when I got there, the candy store was closed.
But doesn't it solve your problem?
Well, the idea doesn't solve anything. It's the execution that counts.
Oh, I really got to you.
Excuse me, please. How good do you think I am?
Oh, sensational!
Oh, I'm not as good as you think I am.
But the piano has been sitting there for 10 years. You've hardly touched it. Why today?
Oh, it beats the cold shower.
You play to release sexual tension.
Oh, you never get this good without a lot of practice, honey.
You'll be exhausted.
Yeah, that is the idea.
Well, I have a better idea. Come.
What?
Come.
Oh, Doris. But you can't.
It's gonna be fine.
Oh my God. Then how?
We'll figure something out. Come.
Are you sure?
Yeah, absolutely. George, don't worry.
You're absolutely sure?
Yeah.
All right. You're sure, right? Okay. All right. What? Doris, what? Oh, Doris, for God's sake, what's the matter? What is it?
If my memory serves me correctly, I think I just had labor pain.
But you can't have. Maybe it's indigestion.
No, there's a difference.
How can you be sure?
Indigestion doesn't make your eyes bug out.
But you can't be in labor. I mean, when's the baby due?
Not for another month.
Oh my God, what have I done?
What have you done?
I brought it on, my selfishness.
George, you had nothing to do with it.
Oh, don't treat me like a child,
George,
Doris.
stop getting so excited.
Excited? I thought I had problems with my sex life before. Do you know what this is
George,
like?
will you just... I need to lie down.
Oh my God, what am I? What kind of a man am I? What kind of a man would do a
George,
thing like
you gotta
that?
say something.
Look, I really appreciate what you're trying to say, but nothing you can say will make me feel any better
George, I'm
right
not
now.
trying to make you feel better. I'm going to have a baby.
Yeah, I know that.
No! Now! I have a history of short labor.
Oh, no. How do you feel?
Like I'm going to have a baby!
It's a false alarm. It's got to be a false alarm.
Quiet down! Get on the phone and find out where the nearest hospital is.
Hospital?
Like it or not, I'm going to have a baby!
You want to go to hospital? Oh my God, but it's going to look odd, honey. We're not married.
George! Get on the phone, please!
Oh my God, what have I done? Where are you going?
To the bathroom!
Why?
No time to answer!
I'm an idiot. Should have. Hello, Mr. Chalmers. Listen, George Peters and here. Yeah, where's the nearest hospital? Oh, something unexpected came up. It's my wife. Yeah, she got pregnant and now she's going to have the baby. Yeah. Where? That far? Oh my God. Please get them on the phone for me. Will you do that for me? All right, thank you so much, Mr. Chalmers. Thank you so much. Doris! Answer me for God's sake!
I'm busy!
Oh my God. Yes, hello? Hello? Yes. Oh, yes, I'm staying at the Sea Shadow Inn, okay? I was in my room and I heard this groaning sound from the next room. So I went in and checked in and saw this woman whom I've never seen before in my life. Yes, she's in labor. Yeah. Well, about 3 or 4 minutes apart. Oh, hold on, I'll ask her. Doris, who's your doctor?
Joseph Harrington, Oakland, 5427878.
Joseph Harrington, Oakland. Yeah, 542 7878. 7878, that's right. Yes, I do have a car and I'd be glad to get her down there. Right. Yeah, right. No, yeah, could you answer one question, please? Would erotic contact, during the last stages of pregnancy bring on premature... Oh, no, I just wondered, that's all. All right, thank you so much. Hey, Doris. Doris, honey, they're phoning your doctor. He says that he'll meet us at the hospital,
There's
honey.
no time to go to the hospital. I think my water just burst.
Oh my God, no!
We're gonna have to find a doctor in this area.
What if we can't, honey?
Oh, we have to... Oh, you look awful. You're not going to faint, are you?
Well, Doris, I'm not a cab driver. I don't know how to deliver babies.
There's no time acting like a drama queen. Get on the phone and find out the nearest doctor, please. Please.
Oh my God, what have I done? All right, just breathe, all right? You'll be fine. Oh, Mr. Chalmers, yeah, George. Listen, you're going to have to find out this, nearest doctor in this area, all right? Yeah, I'll hold on.
This will teach you to fool around with a married woman.
Doris, please, just, we'll be fine, hold on. Yes, Mr. Chalmers. He's answering. Service. Oh my God, you just don't understand, do you? Look, she's in the last stages of her labor. Well, get in your car and drive down to the goddamn golf course, all right? Please, just do that for me. Thank you so much. All right, thank you.
George.
Hey, Doris, Chalmers is going to get a doctor who is at the golf course and is nearby. What?
I feel the baby.
Oh my God, no.
George, do something, please, right now. George, do something! George!
All right, lean back and relax here. Just lean back.
George, where are you going?
I'll be back.
George, don't leave me, I'm scared!
All right, honey.
What are those for?
Well, honey, we're going to have a baby.
We?
Look, I'm going to need your help, okay? All right, give me your hands. Yeah. Look into my eyes. It's going to be fine, all right? Just breathe and we are in this together, okay? All right? You think I play the piano well? Wait till you see the way I deliver babies.
Hey man, what's up? You wanna fuck?
What did you just say?
Oh, you didn't understand the question.
Well, of course I did, but I just think it's a damn odd way to start a conversation.
Well, I thought it would be a great little icebreaker. Aren't you horny after your long flight?
No. I didn't fly, I drove.
From Connecticut.
From Los Angeles. We moved to Beverly Hills about 6 months ago.
Oh, how come?
Well, a lot of reasons. I got fed up standing knee-deep in snow trying to scrape the ice off my windshield with a credit card. Besides, there are a lot of people out here with a lot of money who don't know what to do with it.
And you tell them.
I am what they call a business manager.
How's that going?
Well, I can't complain. Why?
You look kind of shitty. Are you all right?
When did you start dressing like an Indian? You look like a refugee from the Sunset District.
Oh, I've gone back to school, Berkeley.
Why?
You mean what do I want to be when I grow up?
Well, you have to admit it's a bit odd becoming a schoolgirl at your age.
Oh, you think it's easy being the only one in class with clear skin?
What made you do it?
Well, it was a dinner party, actually, that made me decide. Harry's boss invited us for dinner, and I just freaked.
Why?
Well, I had spent so much time at home with the kids, I was unsure if I was capable of having an intelligent conversation with anyone over the age of 5. Well, then I surprised myself. I was seated right next to the boss. He talked, I talked at the dinner table, just like a real conversation. Then after a while, I saw him look at me in a real weird way. Then I looked down and saw that all this while we'd been talking, I'd been cutting up his meat for him. That's when I decided I must get out of his house.
But why school?
Well, I felt restless and undirected, and I thought school might give me some answers.
Yeah, what sort of answers?
Like where it's really at.
Jesus.
What's the matter?
That expression.
Okay, to find out who the hell I am.
Well, you don't get those sort of answers from a classroom.
We're not in the classroom all the time. The protests and demonstrations are a way of learning in themselves.
Protest against what?
The war, of course. Haven't you read the papers?
Yes, I have, but I don't think demonstrations are going to stop the war.
Oh, you have a better idea.
Look, I didn't come here to discuss politics, okay?
Okay. So far you've turned down sex and politics. What do you want to try? Religion?
I think I'll try liberty.
George, why are you so uptight?
That's another expression I hate.
What, uptight?
There's no such word.
You remind me of my mother when I was 9 years old. I asked her what fuck meant, and she said, there's no such word.
And you finally found there's one, you feel compelled to use it in every other sentence, huh?
George, what's bugging you?
Bugging me.
Oh.
I'll tell you what is bugging me. The blacks are burning down the cities. There's a Harvard professor telling my kids the only way to happiness is to become doped up zombies. And I have a teenage son with hair so long that from back he looks exactly like a Hollywood actress.
That's right, honey. Let it all hang out.
I wish people could stop letting it all hang out. Especially my daughter. It's amazing she hasn't been arrested for indecent exposure yet.
You know, that's a sign of age.
What is?
Being worried about the declining morality of the young. Besides, there's nothing you can do about it.
Well, we can start by setting up some examples.
What do you want to do? Bring back public flogging?
Yeah, that might not be a bad idea after all. We could start with the movie producers. My God, have you seen the movies lately? Half the time, the audience achieves the climax before the movie does.
It's all right for people to be interested in sex, George. You can't get the body.
Well, maybe not, but you can damn well be firm with it.
As I recall, when you were younger, you weren't exactly a monk about these sort of things.
That was different. Our relationship was not based on a casual one-night stand.
No, it's just been 15 one-night stands.
No, it has not. We've shared things. My God, I helped you deliver your child. Remember?
Remember, I consider it our finest hour.
How's she?
Oh, very healthy, very noisy, very spoiled.
You don't feel guilty about leaving her alone when you go to school?
No, Harry's home a lot. The insurance business not doing too well for him.
And how does he feel about all this?
When I told him I wanted to go back to school because I wanted identity, he looked at me and said, "Oh, you want identity? Go build a bridge, invent penicillin, but get off my back."
Harry always had a good head on his shoulders.
That was supposed to be the bad story about him. How's Helen?
Helen's fine. Fine.
Tell me a story that shows just how rotten she can be.
Well, that is not like you.
Oh, I just feel we need something to bring us together. Maybe a bad story about Helen will make you appreciate me more.
Okay. Helen, as you know, she has this funny sense of humor.
By funny, you mean peculiar.
Right. And it comes out at the most inappropriate times. I had signed this client, very proper, very old money. We were invited to his house, to get acquainted with him and his wife over cocktails. Well, it was all pretty awkward, but we managed to get through the drinks all right. Then about half an hour later, as I was about to leave, instead of walking out the front door, I walked into the hall closet.
Oh.
Yep.
Eh?
Now that's no big deal, right? I mean, anybody can do that. The mistake I made was that I stayed in there.
You stayed in the closet.
Well, I wasn't sure they'd seen me go in. I thought that I would stay in there until they'd just gone away, I was in there for about a minute before I realized that I had completely misjudged the situation. Well, when I came out, the three of them were just staring at me. All right, it was pretty awkward, but I could have probably carried it off, except for what Helen did. Do you know what she did?
What?
She peed on the carpet.
She did what?
No, not right away. First, she stared at me and then she started to laugh. Tears started to roll down her face. She held her sides and then she peed all over their Persian carpet.
What did you say?
What could I say? I said, "You'll have to excuse my wife." Ever since the last pregnancy, she has had a problem. And then I offered to pay for the cleaning of the
Did
carpet.
that help?
No. They said it wasn't necessary. They had a maid. Oh, you think this is funny?
I've been meaning to tell you for a long time. I love Ellen. I just love her.
Would she come up any worse if I told you that I lost that damn account?
George, why are you so stuffy?
Stuffy. My stuffy is I don't like my wife to urinate on my client's carpet.
No, I mean, it's not that. Like, look at you. You scream establishment.
Yeah, I'm not embarrassed.
What do you mean?
I'm not going to be like one of those middle-aged idiots with bell-bottom trousers and Prince Valiant haircuts who go around yelling, "Ciao!"
Oh, I'm not just talking about fashion, George. I'm talking about your attitudes.
Yeah. My attitudes are the same as they always were. I haven't changed.
Yes, you have. Before you used to be green and insecure and a terrible liar, but human. Now you seem so sure of yourself.
That is the last thing I am.
Oh, really?
I picked one of Helen's magazines the other day. There was this article telling women what quality of orgasms they should have. It was called The Big O. Do you know what really got to me? This was the magazine my mother used to buy for its fruitcake recipes.
The times are changing, George.
Yeah. Too fast. Too fast. 20, 30 years ago, we had standards. Maybe they were black and white, but they were standards. Today, it's so goddamn confusing.
That's a step in the right direction.
And when did I suddenly become so appealing to you?
Oh, when you went from pompous to confused. Tell me, sir, what's your pleasure? A walk on the beach, dinner, or me?
Well, you, of course.
Oh, I thought you'd never ask.
Doris, you're not wearing a bra.
Oh my God, George, you're so 40s.
Well, I'm an old-fashioned man.
Next thing you'll be telling me you voted for Goldwater.
I did.
You're putting me on.
Well, of course not, I did.
George.
What? What?
Oh my God.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What?
If you think I'll go to bed with any son of a bitch who voted for Goldwater, you're completely crazy.
All right, can you not do this to me right now, please?
Why would you vote for him?
All right, can we discuss this later?
No, we'll discuss it now. Why did you vote for him?
Because I have a son who wants to be a rock musician.
What kind of a reason is that?
The best reason I can come up with in my condition.
No, you're gonna have to do better than that.
All right, he was going to end the war.
By destroying that whole country.
He never said that. That's the trouble with you people. You never listen.
It's a civil war, George. We have no right being there in the first place.
Oh, I'm sick of hearing all that liberal crap. We've got the bomb. Why don't we use it?
Are you serious?
Yes, I am serious. Wipe the sons of bitches off the face of the earth.
What's wrong with you? What kind of a man are you?
Well, right now, very frustrated.
All this time I thought I was going to bed with a liberal Democrat. I thought you worked for Stevenson.
That was years ago.
What happened?
I grew up.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, you didn't turn out too well.
All right, let's forget it, okay?
No, I will not forget it. I mean, being old-fashioned and stuffy is one thing, but being a fascist is another.
I am not a fascist.
You're advocating mass murder.
All right, Doris, drop it right now.
No, you believe in everything I'm against.
Well, then maybe you're against the wrong
You
thing.
used to believe in the same things that I do.
Well, I changed.
Why?
Because Michael was killed. My son was...
Oh.
He was trying to get a wounded man onto a Red Cross helicopter and a sniper killed him. We heard at the July 4th party. Heaven went completely to pieces. I couldn't feel a thing. I thought that I was in shock and it would hit me later, but it never did. It never did. All I've been able to feel is blind anger. He was my son. Isn't that something? He was my son. I loved him, but for the life of me, I can't seem to cry over him. Doris, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. Lately, I've been on edge, and it just seems to be one damn thing else. What?
It's amazing how good it can be after 20 years, isn't it?
Well, honey, if you add up all the times we've actually made it together, we are still in our honeymoon.
Did I tell you I'm a grandmother?
Oh, no, but you picked a very weird time to announce it. Anyway, you are the youngest looking grandmother I've ever had a peak experience with.
Well, my mother thanks you, my father thanks you, my hairdresser thanks you, my plastic surgeon thanks you too. Well, you know, when Harry says, "You're not the girl I married," he doesn't know how right it is.
Didn't Harry like your old nose?
Well, Harry thinks this is my old nose.
Oh, he never noticed, huh?
Pathetic, isn't it? A new dress I could understand, but a whole nose.
Well, to tell you the truth, I can't see much of a difference either.
I don't care. It feels different from my side. It makes me feel a whole lot attractive.
Why do you feel that you need validation of your attractiveness?
A woman starts feeling a bit insecure when she gets to be 44.
Oh, 45, honey.
See what I mean? Anyway, that's this year's bad story about Harry. Got one about Helen?
Yeah. We had a loud party next door. Helen couldn't sleep. And she didn't want to take any sleeping pills because she had to wake up at 6 the next morning.
Right.
So she stuffed 2 pills in her ears. Yeah. Now, During the night, they melted. The next morning, the doctor was digging this stuff out of her ears. He said, you know, these can be taken orally. Helen just laughed. She just doesn't care.
That's the worst story you can tell about your wife. You must be a really happy man.
Well, let's just say that I have discovered I have potential for happiness.
Hello? Yes, Liz? No, it's 60, not 16 guests. That's right, a brunch. We've catered for them before. She usually puts the tables around the pool and there's enough room for the buffet at the patio. Okay, right. Okay, listen, did Harry call? All right, I'll be at this number. Bye. Sorry, busy weekend.
Does Harry know you're here?
No, Harry still thinks I go on retreat, don't worry.
Well, I'm not worried.
And why are you frowning?
Because I'm getting bad vibes again.
Again?
Yeah. When you walked in, I sensed your high tension level. Then, after we made love, there was certain anxiety reduction, but now I'm getting a definite negative feedback.
When did you start going into analysis?
How did you know I was in analysis?
Oh, just a wild guess. What made you start?
Well, my value system changed. One day I took a look at my $150,000 house, 3 cars in garage, swimming pool, and, I asked myself, did I really want this whole status trip? So I decided to find out who I was and what I wanted.
Okay, and then so you went from analysis to Eastland to Gestalt to transaction groups to Nirvana.
Well, Doris, just because some people are trying to widen their emotional horizons doesn't make the experience any less valid. I've learned a lot, okay?
Yeah, I've noticed. For one thing, you've learned to talk as though you're reasoning with someone who's about to jump off a high ledge.
Well, sometimes to compensate for my former emotionalism, I tend to overcompensate and tend to lose some of my spontaneity. I am working on that.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it. What else have you learned?
I've learned that behind the walls I've built around myself, I can be a very loving and caring human being.
Oh, I could have told you that 20 years ago. How's Helen reacting to your voyage of self-discovery?
Well, at first she tended to overreact.
In what way?
She threw a grapefruit at me at a supermarket.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, it was natural that we'd have to work through some of our interpersonal conflicts. My school now. She's into pottery.
and what about you? What do you do for your living?
Well, we don't need much, Doris. We live very simply. What bread do we need? I can provide by a simple and honest living.
Like what?
I play cocktails piano at a singles bar in the valley.
Hello? Yes? Let's tell him that's our final offer. If he doesn't want it, he can shove it up. But don't worry, he won't. Anything else? You know where to find me. Bye. I'm buying another store.
Oh, why?
Money.
Is that why you went into business, to make money?
No, I wanted power too. And it finally got through my thick skull that attending CR groups with 10 other frustrated housewives wasn't going to change anything.
CR groups.
Consciousness raising.
Oh.
I take it you for women's liberation.
Hey, I am for any kind of liberation, okay?
Oh, that's a lie and you know it. Women have been exploited by men for too long.
Well, we all have been shafted, Doris. And by the same things. Let me lay this on you. I go to a woman doctor. The first time she gave me a rectal examination, she said, Am I hurting you or are you tense? I said, I am tense. She said, are you tense because I'm a woman? I said, no, I get tense when anybody does that to me. You see what I mean?
I don't know, but I do know that a woman is taken seriously in this country if she has enough money to back up her mouth.
Well, it's great to have a hobby.
Hobby? We grossed over $500,000 the first year.
Oh, don't misunderstand me, Doris. Don't misunderstand me. If that is really what you want to do, I'm very happy for you. It's just that I'm not in the money thing anymore.
George, do you ever get the feeling that we're drifting apart?
No. No. In many ways, I've never felt closer to you.
I just feel sometimes our lives are getting out of sync.
Well, we all realize our potential in different ways at different times. You know? As long as what you're doing gives you a sense of fulfillment, that is what is important.
Well, I'm trying.
And do you have everything you want?
Well, with a minor exception, somewhere along the way I seem to have lost my husband.
Lost him.
Well, I don't know if I lost him or simply misplaced him. He left home 4 days ago and I haven't heard from him since.
And how do you feel about
But
this?
do me a favor, stop talking to me as though you're leading a human therapy group. It's really pissing me off.
All right, that's cool.
What's cool?
For you to transfer your feelings of aggression and hostility from Harry to me. I mean, as long as you know that is what you're doing.
It's getting on my nerves.
Well, that is cool too.
Jesus.
I mean it. At least it's honest. Total honesty is the key to everything.
Are you being totally honest with Helen?
I'm trying.
Have you told her about us?
No, but I think I could. Really, I mean, today she's mature enough to handle the situation and, I really can...
George, you're full of shit.
Well, I can buy that too. If you're being totally honest.
Believe me, I'm being honest.
Yeah? Well then, what about that garbage about, I don't know if I've lost him or simply misplaced him? And what sort of crap is that?
Okay, you have a point.
So tell me, how do you feel?
George, you're doing it again.
Oh, I know I am doing it. Just tell me, how do you feel? Is that so difficult for you to do? How do you feel?
I think...
No, don't tell me what you think, how you think. Tell me how you feel.
like I've been kicked in the stomach.
That's good. What else?
Angry, hurt, betrayed, and okay, a little guilty, but I resent the fact that he is making me feel guilty.
Why do you feel resentment?
I didn't marry Harry because he had a good head for business. Well, I discovered that I did. What I'm trying to say is, I don't love him any less because he's a failure as a provider. Why should he love me less because I'm a success? At least that's what I think, I feel.
But you're not sure.
It varies between Joan of Arc and Betty Crocker.
Well, we all are going through transitional periods, honey, and this will be fine. It'll take some time.
What do I do about now?
Have you told him that you still love him?
Love him? Why does he think I'm around for 27 years?
Well, I mean, right now his masculinity is being threatened, and he probably needs some sort of validation as his worth as a man.
And how do I do that? That's some trick.
Total honesty, Doris. Total honesty. Is that so difficult for you to tell him that you understand how he feels?
Right now it is, yes.
Do you want him back?
I don't know. Ask me tomorrow, I might have a different answer.
Why is that?
Tomorrow I won't have you.
Well, I'm always there with you in the spirit, and
It's kind of hard to put your foot down on someone's spirit, especially when they're 400 miles away.
Is that a proposal, Doris?
Why? Are you interested?
Are you?
I always thought we'd make a nice couple.
Well, you didn't answer my question.
I was the one who proposed. But that's okay, I was only 3/4 serious.
Okay. Well, then when you are completely serious, why don't you ask me again?
I bet you say that to all the girls.
No.
Thanks.
All right. Stop feeling so insecure.
About what?
You're still as feminine as you've always been.
Gloria Stenham is going to hate me for this, but I'm sure as glad you said that. I guess I'm not as emancipated as I thought I was.
Emancipated? Well, honey, that none of us are. None of us are.
You hungry?
Yes, I am.
Well, tonight you're in luck because guess what? Our dinner is being catered by the most expensive, delicious delicacy in San Francisco.
Uh-huh. And how do we swing that?
Oh, the owner has a thing for you. It's in the trunk of my car.
Do you need any help?
Yes. Set the table, light the candles, and when I come back, make me laugh.
All right, I'll try.
If you can't make me laugh, just hold my hand.
Okay. Yes, hello? Oh, no, she's not here right now. Who's calling, please? Harry. Just hold on a moment, please. Hello, Harry. We are both mature and, adult human beings, and I've decided to be completely honest with you. Well, she's not here right now, but I'd like to talk to you. Yeah, I know Doris and you are having some difficulties lately, and well, I've known Doris for 20 years, and through her I feel as if I know you. The retreat, well, we can get into that later, but first I want you to know something, okay? She loves you, Harry. She really loves you, right? Well, I just know. Look, if I told you a story she just told me this morning, maybe it would help you understand. A few months ago, Doris was supposed to act as a den mother for your 10-year-old daughter in an Indian guide group, right? Well, she got hung up at the store and was a couple of hours late getting home. When she walked into the living room, do you know what she saw? She saw a rather overweight, balding, middle-aged man with a feather on his head, sitting cross-legged on the floor, telling a circle of completely observed little girls what it was like to be in World War II Japanese prison camp. She turned around, walked out, and sat in a car, and thank God for being married to a man like you. Are you still there, Harry? Well, sometimes married people can get into an, emotional straitjacket and find it difficult to express how they truly feel about each other, Well, total honesty is the key. Well, I have known Doris for 20 years, and I'm not ashamed to admit that it's been one of the most intimate and satisfying experiences of my life. My name is Father Michael O'Harvey. Hey. Dude. God, you feel so good.
So do you. But you look tired. Are you okay?
Well, I've looked this way for years. You just haven't noticed that. Anyway, I feel better now I'm here. This room always had that effect on me, you know.
Never changes, does it?
Yeah. About the only thing that doesn't.
I find that comforting.
Even old Mr. Chalmers is the same. He must be 75 by now. My God. Remember the first time we came here, we called him Old Chalmers.
Oh, that I don't find so comforting.
Well, we were very young, Doris.
Have we changed much?
Well, of course. I grew up with you. Remember the dumb lies I used to tell you?
I miss them.
Well, I don't. It was no fun being that insecure.
And what about me? Have I grown up too?
Well, I have the feeling that you were already grown up when I met you. Tell me something.
Anything.
Why is it that every time I look at you, I want to put my hands all over you again?
Oh, that's another thing about you that hasn't changed. You were always a sex maniac.
Let me see if I can get a fire going. You know, I figured something. With the cost of firewood these days, it's actually cheaper to buy furniture. Break it up and burn it.
Things that tight.
Oh, no, I'm okay. I've been doing some teaching at UCLA.
Music.
No, accounting. The way things keep changing. You know, because I'm still the only thing that don't lie. Hey, Doris. Why would you sell your business?
Oh, how did you know that?
Well, I'll tell you later, but what made you do it?
Well, I was bought out by a chain. It was the right offer at the right time.
But don't you miss the action?
Let's just say that I'm enjoying being the idle rich for now.
What do you do with yourself then?
Oh, I read, I watch TV, I play golf, I visit my grandchildren, all the jet set stuff.
I thought you loved working, huh?
Well, there was another factor. Harry had a heart attack. It turned out to be a mild one, but he needed me at that time. Anyway, it's not as though I'm in permanent retirement. Next month there's an election coming and I've been approached to run.
On what ticket?
Independent.
Figures. Harry's okay now?
Runs 4 miles a day and has a body like Mark Spitz. Unfortunately, he still has a face like Ernest Borgnine. You want to hear a nice story about him?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
When they were wheeling him out of the intensive care unit, he looked up at the doctor and said, "Doc, give it to me straight. When I get out of here, will I be able to play the piano?" And the doctor said, "Of course." And he said, "Oh, funny, I couldn't when I came in." The thing is, Harry never makes jokes, but he saw how panicky I was and he wanted to make me feel better.
How are you and Harry emotionally?
Comfortable.
Comfortable?
Yeah, Well, it's not such a bad state. The word has been given a bad reputation by the young. George, where's your luggage? Still in the car?
Oh, I didn't bring any. I can't stay, Doris.
Why?
Look, I have so much to say and short time to say it, so I'd better start. First of all, Helen's known about us for 10 years.
When did you find that out?
2 months ago.
And she never confronted you with it before?
No.
What made her tell you now?
Well, she didn't. We have a very close friend, Connie. Have I mentioned her before?
No.
Yeah, Connie told me. My God. 10 years and she never even hinted that she knew. That must be the nicest story I've ever told about her.
Your wife is an amazing woman, George. She is.
She passed away, Doris. I lost her 6 months ago. Yeah. It was all very fast. I am sorry to blurt it out like that. I just couldn't think of a, graceful way to tell you, honey. Honey, are you all right?
It's so strange. I've never met Helen, but somehow I just feel like I lost my best friend. Are the kids all right?
Yeah, they will survive. They will survive. I don't think I could have gotten through the whole thing without them,
George, I wish you'd try to reach me.
I did. I did. That's when I found out that you had sold the stores. I called and they gave me your home number. I let the phone ring 4 times and then I hung up. But it made me feel better knowing that you were there if I needed you.
I wish you'd spoken to me somehow.
Well, honey, I didn't want to intrude. I just didn't feel that I had the right.
That's just terrible. We should have been together. Should have.
I've been thinking a lot about us lately. Everything we've been through together. The things we've shared. The experiences we've had. The times we've helped each other. Hey, did you know we've made love 113 times? I figured that out on my Boma calculator. It's a wonderful feeling to know someone that well. There's nothing about you that I don't know. It's 2 sugars, right?
No, 1.
All right. And I don't know everything about you. I don't know who your favorite movie stars are, and I couldn't remember the name of your favorite perfume. God, I racked my brain, but I just couldn't think of it.
That's funny. You know what it is?
What is it?
It's my sin.
Right. But I do know that in past 24 years, I've never ever been out of love with you. And I find that incredible. So, what do you say, Doris? Do you want to get married?
Married? We shouldn't even be doing this.
Well, I'm serious, honey.
You really are, aren't you?
What did you think I was? Just another summer romance? A simple yes will do.
There's no such thing.
What is it? Oh, what is it?
You don't know how many times in the past I've only dreamt of you asking me this. It's helped me pull through a lot of bad times. I want to thank you for that.
What did you say to me all those times?
I always said yes.
And you're hesitating now. Do you realize I'm giving you an opportunity to marry a man who has known you for 24 years and cannot walk by you without wanting to grab your ass?
You always were a sweet talk.
Well, that is because if I told you how I really feel about you, it'd probably sound like medley of cliches from popular songs, honey. Doris, please marry me.
I can't.
Why not?
Because I'm already married.
You think you have to stay because you need to?
No. No. It's a lot of things. It's affection. It's respect. It's sense of continuity. We share all the same memories. It's comfortable. I guess that's what marriage is about in the end. I don't know.
Will you tell me why I had to be so stupid 5 years ago helping you two get back together? I mean, why did I have to be so damn generous?
Because you felt the same way about Helen then as I do about Harry now. And you were scared that if I didn't go back to Harry, then you'd be stuck with me permanently, and you were terrified.
You could always see through me, couldn't you?
It's okay. I always loved what I saw.
But I want you now, Doris.
You can still have me every year. Same time, same place.
Look, Doris, I need a wife, okay? I'm just not the kind of man who can live alone. I want you to marry me, but when I came here, I knew that there was a chance you would say no. I guess what I'm trying to say is, without you, I'll probably end up with Connie. See, no, it's all about you. The point is, she's not the sort of woman who'd accept the situation, you know? I guess what I'm trying to say is, probably we'll never see each other again.
The thought of never seeing you again absolutely terrifies me.
Oh my God, please, Doris, marry me.
No, I can't, George. I can't.
I wish I could think of something that would break your heart, make you burst into tears and come away with me.
You know, us Italians, we never cry.
All right. I've got to catch a plane. What time is it? 5:55.
No, it's 3 hours and 25 minutes past.
Well, how long have you been doing that?
20 odd years.
Why would anyone do a thing like that?
I don't know, personal idiosyncrasy.
Who are your favorite movie stars?
Cary Grant, Marlon Brando, and Laurence Olivier.
You've come such a long way, huh?
We both have, George.
All right. Always where you was 3 hours and 25 minutes faster. I can't believe this is happening to us. I can't. All right, I'm back. God damn it. Doris, Doris, I'm sorry. Doris.
What about Connie?
Well, Connie is 89 years old. Look, I wanted you to marry me, and I figured that, if you thought someone else wanted me, I may stand a better chance. I was desperate, okay? Look, I wanted a happy ending for once in my life. All right, I don't even want to talk about it. I'm back, and I'm going to keep coming back every year till our bones are too brittle to risk contact. I'm sorry, honey. I love you. I love you so much.
Thank you so much for coming. We actually don't have the trend of having a curtain call, but today's a special day for us because Rajita is here. So I would like to request our actors to come up on the stage. Akanksha Gandhi, before you. And just a bit too, my backstage people, they ran him, I'm sorry. Mr. Rajesh Hamal to share some feelings about same time next year.
This was kind of unexpected. Nevertheless, since I'm here, I might as well put in a few words. Good evening, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the play as much as I did. Akanksha is a cousin, and this is probably the second time I'm watching you perform, right? Divya, I think I've watched you, what, four or five times? Yeah, at least 4 times, yeah. And you guys been good as ever. And the combination really works. Last time I also saw you both together, and the combination was scintillating. And it's very good as well now. So I wish you all the best, and it was a pleasure to come to this theater because this is the first time I'm here. Like I said, Akanksha is a cousin, so our father spoke about the theater many times with me. But I did not have the opportunity to come here, and this is a pleasant time. Thank you, Akanksha, for inviting me, and good luck to everyone. Thank you so much.